what have you been seeing in terms of just the players that have come in the system for Penn State? What have you seen? Who has impressed you? I know we can't say everything you've seen, but what is the guy who've been like, he's new to town, I'm really impressed with him, or someone who's been in Happy Valley who you're like, he's making good strides and he's looking like a player who I am going to enjoy calling a game for?
All right. On offense, I'll start with Brock Riker.
Okay.
The center. He's actually, like, I look at him and go, you know what? He may have been a Texas State guy, but that's a football player.
Okay.
At center. I think Burr next to him is a good player. Malachi,
Trevor Burr.
Yeah, he's a good player. You know, you got Cousins. I mean, Donko's not out there right now. Garrett Sexton, I think, has a chance to be very good. Malachi Goodman, you saw this during the course of last season, and it really stood out during bowl practice. He does things effortlessly.
And what do you mean by that? Like, what does that look like for effortlessly for an offensive lineman?
In other words, his footwork. You have to have great feet if you're an offensive lineman, especially a tackle. You have to have great feet. He has great feet. He's almost got like ballet feet. I mean, he understands arm extension. When you're a man of that size.
So he's 6'6", 330 listed.
Right. Well, he understands leverage. In other words, when it's time to keep yourself low man wins. A lot of times when somebody is of that size, they have a tendency just to lift up just enough where they can get into your body. Not with him. He keeps it low, and his pad level's great. So yeah, seeing his development from one year to the next is impressive. The tight ends, Brahmer's really a good player. You
6'7", 250. He's just that's a freak of nature size.
It is. I think Zay Robinson's done a good job to this point. I think Kobe Howard's had an excellent spring to this point. But other guys have stepped in. I mean, Amarian Jackson made a really nice play the other day. Keith Jones has made some plays. I like what Lyric Samuel's done. Karan Brookins is a terrific prospect at wide receiver as well. Now, you want to see what Chase Sowell can do, and you want to see what Brett Esclidden can do. I mean, they haven't been out there. But those are guys that I've seen like, okay, that, you know, Rocco Becht is just look, if you want to see a guy that really knows, like you talk about, he's a really good athlete, but has a feel for the game and a feel as to how to play the position of quarterback. He does. I would say that Connor Berry I knew nothing about him.
Came in from Christopher
Zero.
Newport.
I mean, he had started out at Appalachian State. Knew nothing about him. You watch him handle himself out there. He's left-handed. And if you know what my definition of a backup quarterback is, I've talked about it many times, especially in the NFL level.
Can come on in and right the ship for a
game or two. Can you keep the ship afloat for a game or two, make some plays, stay away from negative plays? Game or two, you can do it. The problem is on the NFL level with a backup quarterback is that then they start to get video on what you can and can't do. So now they start scheming. If something were to happen where Connor Berry had to take over for a game or two, they would be fine.
Okay.
They would be fine. Game or two.
Yeah.
Okay? They'd be fine.
And then in the running back room, I want to ask about
Hansen is just a really good all-around running back. You want a guy that can run between the tackles and runs determined. Carson Hansen does that, but he also has good hands and is effective out of the backfield. For old-time Penn State fans, I can draw a lot of comparisons. This is old-time fans between Carson Hansen and Mike Gooman.
Okay.
And Mike spent, 10 years in the NFL? Something like that. But Hansen may be better running between the tackles than Mike was. Okay. But Hansen's tough between the tackles. When I looked at him in Ohio State, I thought he gave me a J.K. Dobbins feeling as to how he runs. In seeing him on an everyday basis, he still gives me the J.K. Dobbins feeling, except with a little more wiggle.
Okay.
All right. He's got a little burst to him.
A little shifty.
That is really impressive. And Quentin Martin, look, the question mark about Quentin Martin was that when he got into a game, we knew he could get to the outside and make plays in space. We knew he could catch the ball. So Jack Ham and I had no issue about that.
He has the skills he needs, but
the part we weren't sure about was how would he run between the tackles, because the entire game is not played in space.
Yes.
The Pinstripe Bowl, he ran between the tackles.
And he was dominant.
I'm talking tough, hard yards. That game at Yankee Stadium answered a lot about him. Then Ken Wallace, of course, has some speed and can make some things happen.
And the last guy in the room, Deontay Sheffy. What have you seen, the local kid?
He's shown some good things to this point, but he's also on the banged up list now.
Yeah, and he's also going from Jason Lord calling his games to you calling his games, which is a bit of an upgrade, I'd say.
Some may debate that.
Yeah.
All right,
and then over to the defensive side of things, Steve Jones.
Look, certain guys haven't been out there like Granville, Kamaju. I mean, but they're both close. It's not like – so you know that they've got – those two guys can play. But when I'm looking at the defensive end, I'll tell you, LeVar Arrington has made strides at that defensive end spot.
So he made the jump from linebacker to defensive end over this offseason.
Right. Alexander McPherson is a really good player.
Sophomore from Colorado, came on in.
No, he is going to be, McPherson's going to be right there in the mix. I also think that Burnett's done fine at defensive end. He's definitely better than he was a year ago. But McPherson's the guy that stands out to me.
It's like you're impressed by what you've seen.
And Izagao is the other one that really stands out. I will also say this. Right? Time will be his ally. But Jackson Ford, who was the guy, the first guy that signed when everything was...
He was the one to stay signed to Penn State regardless.
Jackson Ford is an excellent prospect. That does not mean that Jackson Ford is playing this season. He is an excellent prospect. And you sit there and go, you know what? There's something about him. He's a good player. Right? Now, are there players that are better because they're more experienced than him? Yeah, like McPherson, little tricks of the trade. Well, you can see the way he plays the defensive end spot. Right? But down the road,
give him a year or two.
Jackson, he's going to be a good player. Defensive tackle, look.
They're big. That's a big unit.
Yeah, but Tapaki's he's going to be a good player. Armstrong Nodim, the kid from Oklahoma State, he's a really good player. Liam Andrews has made, I think, a step forward, which has really helped. Keanu Williams, I already know a lot about him to begin with.
So he played at UCLA and Oregon.
Bakai, same thing. You know those guys can play.
Yeah,
that spot's been banged up a bit. Linebacker. We know what Rojas and Tash can do. Cam Smith has really had a very good camp.
He's come on.
All right. Bacon and Brazina are two strong attack linebackers.
And they're both a little bigger, 6'4", 6'3", a little bigger in stature.
Right. They're inside guys. I mean, there's no question about that. But maybe the best all-around of the three they brought in from Iowa State is Ebel. Cooper Ebel.
Okay.
I think he can do both.
And they've got this bigger unit, of course, redshirt senior and Bacon. Brazina's a junior. Ebel's a senior.
And I like John Klosterman as well.
Also a redshirt senior. So you've got a lot of age and experience there.
Now, the secondary, look, I mean, Davian Collins and
Darius
Dixon. Okay. We'll get to Zion Tracy in a moment.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
The
guys you expect to be lining up
Yeah.
at corner and playing corner would be those guys.
Darius Dixon, I just want to say, by the way, he had an incredible year last year, and he was a true freshman doing all of that. Like, that's insane.
Well,
so
remember in the offseason, everybody's like I'm coming back. He never put anything in.
no, he just
Right.
back.
Right. Well, they went up to him. You know, and I'm talking about the social media staff, not the coaching staff. They were right. The social media staff was like, "You got to put out something." He goes, "Why?" He says, "They said, well, you should put something out." He goes, "I don't want to."
It's fair.
He's
fair.
He was like, "Yeah."
But
And he's not a self promoter.
no.
Right? He's like, I just want to play ball and I love being here. Okay, great.
I want to add in there, by the way, last year his family came up to myself and Thomas Frank Carr during the pregame show like multiple times. They came on out at least for 2 of the different games. They were out and they are incredible. So I love his family. Just gonna put that out there.
The California group, yeah.
They came up for California for that first game, and then for one of the games towards the end of the year where it was cold, and they were like, "Oh, we're warm, we're fine," and I was like, "This is awesome."
They're really
so. Shout out to them making their way over from California.
Jameer Joseph has had a terrific camp as well.
And he had a good end to the season.
And by the way, I will point out to fans, he's one of the guys that has made a late number change. He is no longer 23. He's now wearing 0.
He's wearing 0. Okay.
Right. He said he did that as a tribute to me. He said, I don't know what that meant. No, you're a 0.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that.
But Collins and Dixon are the 2 main guys.
Right.
You've got Joseph. You also have a lot of new faces, a lot of redshirt freshmen, a lot of
like
freshmen.
Josh Johnson and Xavier Thomas and guys like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that, I see like Tyrell Chapman makes plays for them. Hunter Sowell, Chase's brother.
Also redshirt freshman.
Right. I think he is an excellent prospect. And then the safety part, I'll get to Zion Tracy.
Yeah, we'll get to Zion Tracy.
Not yet.
And then safeties, you've got
Marcus Neal is a player.
Yeah.
All right, especially against the run, especially against in the box as a tackler. I mean, he is a good player, and he's a great chess piece to have out there. I think that Ivan McDaniels has been very good. I think that that Amarian Davis
came in from BC, I believe.
And by the way, Jackson on offense, 19, has made a couple of nice plays as a wideout. But Amarian Davis, he's a good-looking prospect. Jamison Patton, same thing. Really, I like him a lot.
Senior from Iowa State.
Now, Jeremiah Cooper, I haven't seen a lot of, so I can't really say much about him. Now let's get to Zion Tracy.
Okay.
On offense, 2 years ago, the, quote, Swiss Army knife was Tyler Warren.
Could put him anywhere, outside, inside, running back, quarterback.
Right. I could play him anywhere.
Center.
Right. Yeah, well, he did snap it a couple times in his career. The Zion Tracy is for Danton Lynn. That is his Swiss Army knife on defense.
Okay.
Where if I need to line him up at corner, and that doesn't mean Collins and Dixon are out, right? But maybe you want to play something different and line him up at corner, you can. If you want to line him up on the slot, we already know
that's where
Zion is terrific as a slot corner. If I want to line him up at one high safety, I can do that, which now I can move Marcus Neal to a spot as a chess piece in all of this.
He gives you a variability to your defense where
he is a great athlete that is also a football player. Okay? And there is a difference.
Yeah.
There is a difference. I always use the basketball example because it's easy. Danny Ainge was a great athlete. He was a starting third baseman for the Toronto Blue Jays, starting guard for the Boston Celtics. He was a great athlete playing basketball. Larry Bird was a basketball player.
Yeah.
Okay? Like you put him doing something else, okay. But you put him on a basketball court, oh my goodness. Okay? Well, Zion Tracy, when you then get the great athlete that then combines the sports instincts, now you have something special. Tracy is a great athlete who has excellent football instincts. That's why you see, like in the USC game a couple of years ago, how he broke on that play. You see in the Ohio State game where he broke and ran it back for a touchdown.
The pick six to start the game, like second play.
The eyes and the mind and the body all go at the same time. Right? That's the instinct of it. Instead of like the eyes see something like, and the mind says, "Are you sure?" And the body is waiting for the mind to make up its mind.
Yeah.
Right? Well, when you have great instincts, the eyes, the mind, and the body are all in sync at the same time. They all go for it. That's Zion Tracy.
And then going to special teams, Steve Jones,
Blaze
new punter,
Minnick.
Long snapper.
He is going to, and Andrew Default will press him. Andrew Default will press him. But Blaze Sokach Minnick has put himself in a spot where Penn State has had, between Chris Stahl and Tyler Jasansky, back-to-back long snappers, where Stahl is now an NFL Super Bowl champion. I think Jasansky's going to make a team. I do. Now, Blaze is the latest in that line, with Default right there pushing him. Nathan Tice out of Australia is the punter.
Came up from Mississippi State this offseason.
Yeah.
Sophomore.
And can do a variety of punts. Can he do the Aussie thing? Sure. But he also has the ability to nose down and drop the ball inside. If you need to just belt it away, he can do that. He's also the holder on placements. And then the place kicking part of it, everybody knows Ryan Barker's Ryan Barker. I thought he was one of the 5 more important guys. If I had to pick 5 that you had to keep from the previous team as your starting 5 to then work from there, he would have been one of my 5.
He was consistent, and you knew you were going to get out of him. You're not going to get. You're going to get 80 to 90%.
I get to the 30-yard line, I need points.
He's got it.
Okay, I get to the 30-yard line, I need points. I think Matthew Parker has been good. Cristiano Rosa, whom I think has a shot to be the kickoff
redshirt
guy.
Senior, was at James Madison in Central Connecticut.
Yes, who has a chance to be the kickoff guy. I got off to a slow start as a place kicker. That's changed. Now it's just like he's just banging him through there. I don't worry too much about starts.
So we're not going to see 6'9" Gabe Wosu kicking off anymore.
Right.
It's going to be a change for me.
That'll be a little different.
Yeah, going from 6'7" to 5'11", I believe, would be the height difference, a good 8 inches. And then
actually look normal.
Yeah. And then I want to ask you about, I know this probably isn't a piece we're going to completely see until we get to the fall with actual games, but the pun kick returning. I know this past season that was a piece that was discussed because Nick Singleton returned a little bit. You had Devontae Ross returning a little bit. You had a lot of different pieces in and out the years prior. Daquan Hardy returned punts and kicks, and he was electric, returning a lot. Yep. What does it look like this coming season for Penn State? Who might we see back there? In terms of just
I've watched a variety of guys field punts.
Yeah.
To this point, Kobe Howard, Zay Robinson. Trying to think who else has been back there.
You got to have both the speed, the shiftiness, and the burst.
Let me put it this way: they know darn well if they needed to, they could put Zion Tracy back there.
Yeah,
okay.
He is the if needed here.
Right. You can do that with him. Kickoff returns, I think almost everybody has been a running back.
Okay.
Cam Wallace, Quentin Martin, Carson Hansen's been back there.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, trying to think. I mean, they've just rotated. There's like 3 or 4 sets of guys that they've put back there. I mean, because they haven't settled on any of these things yet. Like, they will have 4 or 5 guys fielding punts. And then they'll have, I'd say, minimum of 3 sets, maybe even 4 sets of guys returning kickoffs. I would say there's a good chance that by August the 20th, that'll finally be settled. Maybe August 27th. I don't know. But again, it's also Justin Lustig.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he already has a trust list. Thanks for listening to Sports Talk with Steve Jones. Catch the latest from me on the 7 Mountain Sports YouTube page. Find clips of the show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook by searching up 7 Mountain Sports.